So, as you already know, that Databricks, that is called as the Azure Databricks, is basically it's a cloud service. Okay, it's a cloud service. Basically, Azure Databricks is a cloud service wherein this cloud service is used to perform the following operations. That is, we can say, guys, data migration.
Data integration.
Yes, data integration.
Data summarization.
Yeah, data summarization.
And the data visualization.
Summarization and data visualization. Okay, so whereas these all tasks we can perform it here by using the ADB, that is called as Azure Databricks. Okay, whereas the whole process starts from the data, that is called as the accumulation of the data. So where, from which point you can accumulate the data? The data we can get it always from the source of data. Source of data. So what is the source of data? The data source is nothing but it is a place from where we get the data. So what's the place from where we get the data? The data we get it from the following. What is that? The first one is called as what? Social networking sites. Social networking sites. From where we get the data. So now social networking sites are what? Basically, you can say the Facebook. Then we have the Insta, Twitter. Okay. Facebook, Twitter, Insta, and LinkedIn. These are all the sources of data we can say. So all these sources generates the massive amount of data. What is it? Massive amount of data. Okay, it generates the massive amount of data. Wherein, again, we have the, what are the other sources from where we can expect the data? That is nothing but source of data. We can also say that the source of data, we can also get it from the banking applications. Banking applications. So banking applications are those which are used at the banking sector level. Which are used at the banking sector. Okay. So banking sector, these are okay. These are used in the banking sector. Okay. So whereas this data is also referred as what? Big data. That means what? Massive amount of data or big data or huge volume of the data is nothing but one or the same, guys. Okay. Then the next source of getting the data is nothing but we can say that is we get the data from the source of data. Okay, what is the source of data we can have? Live streaming process. Live streaming process. So what is live streaming process? The live streaming process is nothing but it's a continuous process where we can expect the data, okay, or where we can have the data, received every second wise, such as we can say, guys, stock market data. That is share market, where the data keeps on fluctuating every second. So whereas even this source generates the massive amount of data or the huge volume of the data, which is called as huge data. So whereas whether we call big data, huge data, or massive amount of data is nothing but all are the same, guys. So here you can say what's it? Big data. Okay. So now guys, here we are going to work with the data that is called as a big data. So big means what? Huge. Data means what? Information. Huge information, guys. We work with the huge information. So whereas this huge information, which is nothing but the big data, is basically classified into three categories. What are those? The first one is called as the structured data. And the second one is called as a semi-structured data. Yes, structured data, semi-structured data. And the third one is called as the unstructured data. Structured data, semi-structured data, and the unstructured data. Structured data, semi-structured data, and as well as the unstructured data. So these are the guys, these are the types of data we can say, guys. Okay, structured data means what? The data which is kept in the proper form of a table. That is, a table is nothing but it's a collection of what is that? Rows and columns. Rows and columns. The data which is kept in the proper form of what is that? Rows and columns. That is in the form of a table. It is called a structured data. So such as, for example, I'm giving you a table here, employees. Yeah, I'm using a table here called employees, wherein you have the following. What is that? I can say, guys, here I can say the following columns: name, ID, salary, and job. Okay. So wherein can you see the name is what? I can say Alien is the name, wherein the ID is something like this. Okay. And the salary you can say 40,000. And the job you can say, guys, software engineer. Then again you can say what's it? Bobby, 50,000. SSC, that is called a senior software engineer. And then you can say, guys, the Carl, 60,000. MGR, that's it. These are all called as what is it, guys? Yeah. These are all called as what? A table, guys. Together it is called as a table. So this is called as a structured data, where by using this data you can understand it in a proper order. That is in the form of what? Rows and columns. So whereas these are called as the columns, guys, and these are called as what? Rows here. So the a table is nothing but it is a called as a structured data, where the user can understand this data very easily. So the next type of data, it is called as a semi-structured data. Semi-structured means what? It is not fully structured, but still it is understandable by the user. So hence it is called as what? Semi-structured data, guys. So what do you mean semi-structured data? The semi-structured data is nothing but the data which is recorded in the form of a JSON, XML, the data which is recorded in the form of XML, or the data which is recorded in the form of HTML. This is called as what? Semi-structured data, guys. It is called as what? Semi-structured data. It is called as what? Semi-structured data. So now let us see first of all what is a JSON. So guys, JSON. So JSON stands for what? Basically, JSON stands for Java Script Object Notation File. It stands for what? JavaScript Object Notation File. Okay, wherein the data is recorded in the form of a key value pair. So whereas this is called as a key value pair, guys. And the data always kept in the form of a curly braces. This is called as the opening brace and this is called as a closing brace. Now let us see, we'll put the data into the key value format. So first of all, let us see what is a key. Key is nothing but, guys, the column names. These all names are called as a keys here. This will become the keys. And value is nothing but what? This is called as a value here. And together when we mention the key and the value together, we mention it is called as a pair. So hence we call it as what? Key value pair. So how does the key value pair appear? Yes, let's see here. I'm using it opening brace, closing brace. Always make sure the keys are given in the, guys, the keys are given in the double quotes. The double quotes are always used for the keys here. So I'm using the name, quote, there is nothing but a colon. What is the value you have it? A, that's it, guys. This is the first data. The next one is, what is that you have it? The next column. This guys, what is the next column you have it? The next column is what? You can say ID. So ID is a key now. So ID is a key. Always it is placed in the curly braces. And here you have the colon. And now what is the ID 443? So this is a numeric now. So when you have a numeric value, there will be no commas. There will be no quotes here. So again, the keys are always placed under the quotes, double quotes. So again, you have salary. And the salary is what? 40,000. Comma. And the next one you have it as what? Job. Okay, guys, job. And the job is what is it? You can say the job is software engineer, comma. Okay. And then you have what is that? Job. And the next one is what is it, you guys? This is called as what? Software engineer. So hence, can you see here? This is called as what? Guys, everyone. This is called as no commas here. Okay. This is called as a, guys, everyone, key value pair, where these are the keys and these are the values. Together, they are called as what? Key value pair, guys. Okay. So whereas this is called as what? Everyone, the JSON document. What it is called as what? It is called as a JSON document, guys. The whole, data, this is called as what? JSON document. But how many documents are there? We can make more documents because more two rows are there. Am I right? So just place a comma here, guys. Then afterwards, I'm just copying this. Now, the name is what is that? I'll change the name here. Bobby. And then you have what's that? 50,000 SSC. That's it, guys. So here you have it. Again, the comma will be placed here. Now, what's the next value you have it? Carl. And here you have what's it, guys, everyone? 60,000. And here you can say MGR. That's it. So now, guys, this is how the data is written. Here, the data is written in the simple, understandable format, whereas here the data is recorded in the JSON format. So whereas this is called as a semi-structured. It means not fully structured, but the user still can understand the data. That is called as what? This, guys, that is called as what? Everyone, semi-structured data. It is called as what? Semi-structured data. Okay, guys. So this is the semi-structured data. We write it in the JSON format. But what is the other format we have it? The other format, let us say XML. That is called as what? Exponential markup language or extendable markup language. Okay, guys. Exponential markup language or that is extendable markup language. So how do we write? So we write the data here. Yeah, in the XML format in the form of a tags. These are called as what, guys? Tags. So here you can say, guys, this is called as a opening tag, or we can say root tag. And this is here called as what? Root tag. Root tag and row tags. So let us try to see how does the root tag works, everything. Okay. So guys, here you can say the first root tag is what? Employees is the name of the, the table. Na? So here, can you see it? The root tag will be given like this. So this is called as a opening root tag. It is called as what, guys? Opening root tag. And then you have what's that? Row tags. So what are the rows you have it? So just mention it. The first row you can say name. And now here also you have a name. That means this is called as the opening root tag, and this is called as a closing. So what's the difference between opening and closing? The closing will be given with a slash here, like this. What about the value, guys? The value is placed between them. Can you see it? This is called as a row tag. And the next one, guys, what is it? You have it. The next row is also there. So the same procedure is followed for this as well. So I can say, guys, the next one is what is it? You have what is it? Same, write it down here. ID. And this is called as the closing ID. And between these two, the value is given. So what's the value? 443. And again, this is the opening and this is the closing. And now between these two, you have a salary, closing sal. And what is the salary you have it? 40,000. Then the next one is, this is the opening tag and this is a closing tag. And what is the next column you have it? Job. This is the closing job, guys. So now, can you see here? This is how we write the data in the XML format. That is called as the first row. We have written the first row. If you want to write the second row, I'll just do it here. The second row. So instead of Alan, I'll change it as a Bobby. This is highly case sensitive, guys. Okay. So you should follow the same case what the data has. Okay. Now you can say 332, 50,000. And the job is what? SSC, Senior Software Engineer. The next row, again, you have it. What is the next row you have it, guys? Here I can say call, $553. I can say 60,000. And the job is what? MGR. So finally, guys, everyone, finally, once everything is done, so the three rows are written here. But what is the next thing you have to do? You have to close the main root tag. Now. Just copy this. How to close the root tag? Just same slash have to be used here. That's right. So this is called as what? The data kept in the form of what is that? XML format. So guys, this is a semi-structured data. That means the user cannot understand fully, but still the user can understand the data. So this is called as what, guys? Semi-structured data. It is called as what? Semi-structured data. So we have already seen how the structured data looks like and how the semi-structured data looks like. So now, guys, so the big data is classified into how many categories? Three categories: structured data, semi-structured data, and third one is what is that? Unstructured data. So whereas unstructured data means what? No structure at all. No structure is followed for this data. What is that unstructured data, guys? The unstructured data, whatever we have it, it is in the form of the following. That is nothing but the photos in your mobile phone. Guys, the photos in your mobile phone and the videos, chat histories, okay, photos in your mobile phone, videos in your mobile phone, chat history. And the next one is what is that? Photos, videos, chat history, and even we can say voice notes. This all comes under what is it, guys? Unstructured data, where you don't have any kind of a structure for this data. So as a Azure data engineer, your job will be to convert, guys, what is it? Convert unstructured data to what is that? Semi-structured data. And then semi-structured to what? Structured data. So this is how it works. Okay. So what we do? Okay, guys. So here what we do? As a data engineer, we convert the unstructured data to the semi-structured data to the structured format. Okay, guys. So these are the formats of the data we can always have, guys. We always deal with what? This format of data, guys. Okay. That is nothing but structured, semi-structured, and the next one is what is it? Unstructured data, guys. Okay. Whereas whenever you have the structured, semi-structured, and the unstructured, everyone, the structured, semi-structured, or the unstructured data, whatever we have it, guys, this is basically, okay, we store it in Azure storages. Azure storage. We store it in what? Azure storage. So guys, here we store the data. That means we store this kind of a data, whether it is a structured or the semi-structured or the unstructured. We store it in what? Azure storages. So what's the first Azure storages? Is guys, the first one is called as the Azure Blob Storage. Guys, we call it as what? Azure Blob Storage. We store the data in the Azure Blob Storage, guys. So now the Azure Blob Storage is the very basic storage which we always have, guys. Okay. Azure Blob Storage is the basic storage which we always have it. Okay. Which we always have it here and provided by the Azure, which is called as the Azure Blob Storage. Okay. So whereas how many storages we have it, guys, altogether? We can say 90 plus storages. How many? 90 plus storages are provided here, guys. Okay. How many? 90 plus storages are provided here in the Azure, guys. Okay. How many? 90 plus storages. So here you can say, guys, the following. What is that? 90 plus storage. And here you have the Azure Blob Storage. And the Azure Blob Storage is nothing but what, guys? Azure Blob Storage. What is it? Azure Blob Storage. So now the blob stands for binary large object. What is it? Binary large object, which is the basic storage in Azure and which is provided to store the following kind of data. That means you can store any kind of data. What is that? Any kind of data, guys? Either we can store the structured data, guys, or else we can store the semi-structured data. And even we can store, what is it, guys? Everyone, unstructured data as well. So Azure Blob Storage is the very basic storage provided by the Azure. Okay, guys, provided by the Azure, which can store any type of data. That is a structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. But this is called as a limited storage. It is called as what, guys? Limited storage. This is called as what? Limited storage, guys. So here the data will be recorded in the, yes, the data will be recorded in the Azure Blob Storage, but in the limited storage format. Not fully, okay, unlimited. We can store only limited data. So what is the limited? Yes, guys, the limit is what? 500 TB. What's it? We can store up to what's it? 500 TB, guys. 500 terabytes you can store, but not beyond that. Now, overcoming this, guys, basically in Azure, they as it's the capacity is only 500 TB here. So here what happened? The Azure has introduced Azure, what is that? Data Lake. The next storage, Azure Data Lake Gen 2. So guys, the Azure Data Lake Gen 2. And this Azure Data Lake Gen 2 can also store all this data, structured, semi-structured, and as well as what's it, unstructured. And now this is what? Unlimited storage. There is no limitation for storing the data here, guys. Okay, that is called as what? Unstructured data. And the third one I can say, guys, what is that? Azure SQL DB. So when we talk about the Azure SQL DB, guys, that is the Azure SQL database. Okay, it can store only the structured data, guys. When you talk about the database always refers to the proper format of data, guys. And here the data is recorded in what? Azure. Okay, guys, what is that? SQL database, Azure SQL database. That is called as what? And the limit you can decide it. That's not a problem here. Okay. So here you can say Azure SQL database. So the next one is after this, guys. Again, the fourth storage you can say. Okay, guys, you can say what's that? The fourth storage is Azure Cosmos DB. So Cosmos DB is what? It's a new trending database wherein it can store the, guys, it can store what's that? Structured and as well as what is that, guys? And as well as semi-structured. Structured as well as what's that? Semi-structured. These are the, yes, guys, these are the two different type of that is data we can store it into the Azure Cosmos DB. Okay. And here, this is also specially referred as the no SQL database, guys. That means we don't use the SQL here. Structured query language, we're not going to use it here. Hence, it is called as what? No SQL database. It is called as what? No SQL database. Then apart from this, you have the next one. What is it, guys? Azure Synapse Analytics. So the Azure Synapse Analytics, as it is nothing but the data warehouse of Azure, guys, it can store only the structured data. Okay, because this is called as what? Data warehouse of Azure. It is called as what? Data warehouse of Azure. As it is the data warehouse of Azure, guys, as it is the data warehouse of Azure, everyone, as it's a data warehouse of Azure, it can store only the structured data. No other type of data is allowed to store here. Okay, guys. So here it's a there is nothing but the cleansed data. The data is recorded in the form of what? Very cleansed format. Okay. So here you have what's it? The data recorded in the cleansed format. The data is recorded in the form of what? Cleansed format, guys. Okay. Okay.
With one thing. Whatever
Yeah.
the Snowflake thing,
Snowflake is structured only. It's a cloud-based database. It has to do nothing with the Azure, but
okay.
it is also one of the cloud storage which can store the structured data. Okay, database just like the SQL database. Now here you have a cloud database called Snowflake, and it is owned by the Snowflake.
Okay, only structured data only.
Structured database means structured data only. No?
Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Only the Azure Cosmos DB is there or Azure MongoDB is there. Azure MongoDB.
Okay.
So this can also store the same. What is that? Structure and the semi-structured data. Okay, structure and the semi-structured data we can store it. So likewise, guys, we can have, yes, likewise, yeah. Yes, guys, likewise, we can have many other storages as well. Okay, guys. So I can say this is the fifth one and this is the sixth one. And then likewise, I'll tell you one more. Okay. That is nothing but Azure. Okay. Virtual machine. That is on-prem virtual machine. On-prem, that is on-premises virtual machine. So here you can, again, if you integrate this virtual machine with the files, you can store obviously the structure and the semi-structure. If you integrate, okay, if you integrate the same with the that is the on-premises database, you can store it. What's that? The structured data. So these are all the various storages, guys. Totally you have how many? 90 plus storages. So how to view the storages, guys? So for that, first of all, use the azure.com, everyone. Azure.com, and now get it registered. So while registering, it will ask your mail ID, your address, PIN code, and debit card or credit card details as well, where it will charge you 2 rupees for the free subscription. And after that, 8 days, it will be reverted back to you. That means it will be totally free. When you use this, it will provide you 15,000 credit points, where it will be consumed based on your usage, guys, based on your usage. And then afterwards, once it is done, guys, finally it will reroute you back to the portal.azure.com. Okay, portal.azure.com. Now I'll show you the practicals as well, guys. So just have a look on this. So I'm just using here. First of all, use the azure.com. This is the web page where we have to get it registered. So here can you see, get started with Azure. Click on this. Initially, you can take the free subscription, guys. Try Azure for free. As I've already registered, it's asking my password. If I enter the password, the things will log in here. Okay. So once I do this, I'll be rerouted back to this portal. Finally. This is the portal, guys. So, and as you wanted to know the storages, just click on the storage, more services. You can see these are all the storages. You have it, services and storages. This is compute is also one type of storage, you can see. See here. VM stands for virtual machine. SAP HANA on Azure. That means we can integrate the SAP. HANA is a database of SAP, guys. So we can use the same into the Azure. And these are the direct storages, 11 container storages you have. And databases are 19. So here you can say 30, guys. 30 year old. Okay. Again, your storage is 17. 30 plus 17, 47 storage is here only. So I said 90 plus. Now, if you keep on counting them manually, it will be added here like this. Okay, so these are all the services how we use it, guys. So this is the web page where we are going to work it out from on this from tomorrow onwards, guys. From tomorrow, we'll start the practicals directly on the Azure Databricks, guys. Okay.
Oh,
So that's it, guys, for the day now, and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay, with the practical session. So I request everyone to have it this one. That is nothing but take the subscription before we start the practical so that you can start practicing from the day one. Okay. So that's it, guys. Thank you, everyone.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, any doubt if you have, you can ask me.
I mean,
Tomorrow, also, yeah,
sorry, actually, I am a total, we don't have any idea for Python related. We
not
can,
required. I'll take care of it.
Okay. Actually, my background is the total both development and administration part. And last 5 years, I worked on Hadoop administration. Before I
Okay.
worked on SaaS development, but very few knowledge on
SaaS
developments.
development means
That is SQLs we can use.
no, acha, SaaS means a statistical analysis system.
Yes, that one.
Okay, SaaS. Okay. So so you are on totally analytics part, and I think
Yes,
you have a the SaaS also has the ETL in that,
yes, yeah,
but it's totally on on-premises, no?
yeah. On-premises only total.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, that SaaS also you can integrate here with the Azure.
Okay. Oh no, what I'm saying, actually, I'm a total admin part. Last 5 years, I'm working big data administration, but we don't have any knowledge on Python and Java related.
See, basically Java related or Python, here we
Okay,
don't use it. Everything is a drag and drop jobs
okay,
mostly.
okay,
And whatever the coding is needed, that anyways I
okay,
will explain you. If you just go
okay,
through that, you can keep on learning while working. That's not specifically you learn. If you keep on learning, everything is needed to be known. Am I right?
okay. Yes.
So you can't lack it behind. So you
Okay.
can just keep on working. That's not a problem.
Okay. Thanks so much.
As in SAS also, we use R language. Am I right? To go with the
Yes.
data science, you can use the R language.
Our language. Yeah.
Yeah, all this we can use it. So basically, generally we make the job, even the SQL, we can use it in the SAS. Even SAS also, I think, has some coding.
Yes.
So all this, basically, you don't need to worry on that. Everything
Okay.
will be, you'll come to the, no.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think we create the data sets, everything in the SAS.
Oh,
Okay, so this is all we can integrate it, guys. Need not worry. Just you create the subscription. The rest of the things I'll take care. From tomorrow onwards, we'll start with the Databricks. Can you see it? Your service
yes.
called Databricks is there.
Yes.
This is the service. If you could not find it here, you can search it. Databricks. Databricks. See, you get the Databricks. You can just open this and start working on this. So that we will see it from tomorrow onwards, the practical directly. Okay, guys.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you, everyone. I'm
Thank you
ending
so
up
much.
this session and we'll continue tomorrow at 9:30. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.